So in our first session, Eleanor Wilson and Rock Wang gave us a very powerful introduction, which looked at Taiwanese architecture and the built environment. Certainly Eleanor and Rock Wang's approach is we're looking at the built environment, but moving on to Neil Brown's sword, there's a very interesting dialogue around built environment happening there, and certainly I hope that Kukuli and Duchi's work, which touched on post-colonial, well, did more than touch on post-colonial questions, were very interesting in locating them within a very specific space, which was Latin America, but this is also obviously a real issue in Taiwan, and one that the next session, Shattered, Upcycled, Recycled, I'm going to also just talk from a personal perspective. My original project contained a proposal for this Biennale contained a large shard project. And as a very ignorant Westerner, I had no idea about the cultural significance of shards in Asian society. And for me, that's been a very, very interesting learning experience, and one I certainly hope to continue learning more about shards and that sort of question. Moving on to the upcycling, recycling, I think that there's a lot of interesting possibilities for, in perhaps a more free and perhaps liberated and conceptual way. The African panel and the African East Asian dialogue on vessels was fabulous. I loved the way there was also this debate about what the market is and what market expectations are, and how artists are often fighting that, and also the weight of tradition, the other issue was how objects move through space. I'd like to just obviously hint on clay being this very, very transformative material, and in terms of construction, destruction, in terms of being a vehicle for creating collaborative networks, and the lovely work of Mikiyoko, which talks about these networks, her tube life. Hers are going between worlds. We've got between man and code, we've got between man and nature, we've got between you and I, and between each of us here.